radio and adverts and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah. Listen to a couple of podcasts or three.
Cool. And you were referring to Facebook. So are you using that mainly for private or only for professional?
It's probably without going too scientific into sort of counting it up, I'd say it's 50-50. Because I'm a member of a number of groups, but it's quite a different audience from a business point. When I say groups, from a personal, from a business point of view. But it's
how so?
Well, there's sort of like small business network, but yeah, there's a whole lot of business networking groups and closed groups and on Facebook. So I've joined up, and you join up to see what's happening in them, but I'm finding that they're quite different audiences to LinkedIn. Not all of them are my target market, so I'm slowly actually, basically exiting some of those groups that don't add value or don't have a lot of content, people sharing content or anything. So yeah, you got to join, find out, then exit.
So do you mainly use it for sales or also for networking, or what's your main purpose for joining the groups?
Well, main purpose is to network, which I guess network dash, it's always sales, right?
Yeah.
So that's the main reason to join those groups. And find out who else is out there and who's doing what. But, it's just a different audience. Cause there seems to be a lot of social media experts on there or website designers and they're not my target market aren't in those groups.
And Rob, besides the Lego Play series, you mentioned you're a business consultant, right? Like in which areas are you exactly consulting?
So consulting, lean. So I do lean consulting, dash business performance, business improvement. Yep.
And your main target are SMEs?
Yes. Yeah. So SMEs, sub 50 employees. So the real textbook definition of SMEs, really.
Okay, perfect. And besides like social media and Spotify, do you use any of the other apps quite a lot of your phone?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to look at my screen.
Yeah, totally. No, go for it.
just as a prompter. So, I mean, at the moment, obviously, is the COVID tracker app. My screen's horribly busy.
Yeah.
But what do I also use? TAB, because I just like watching sport. I'm not a big gambler, but I just play around with it just as a hobby. Seek, always use Seek a lot.
Why is that?
I use Seek not just to look for jobs, but just seeing what businesses are doing what and what type of roles are going out there. So I do use them sometimes as business opportunities as, hey, you're looking at employing a business improvement role. Have you thought about consulting it out or contracting it? So I just watch it from that point of view.
That's smart.
So that's a lot. What else do I? Banking apps. So I'm pretty much do most of my banking on apps. I struggle to reteach myself how to do it on the laptop. So that's pretty cool. What else really? There's a whole lot that I don't even hardly go into. A couple of the, loyalty cards like Goodie Card.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you go into one, pub or something that does loyalty points, you're always scanning in to get that. So that's always a gooder.
And what's the kind of the network? So if you go to a pub, you can scan it and then you get points, and where can you, kind of redeem the points?
Just at those pubs. So this, for Hamilton, I've got one for Good George and another one, just a local group of bars, really. I don't think they're nationwide at all. So yeah. And what else do I use mostly? Oh, and news. So I always go on stuff. So just checking on the news. Not a lot of reading, but a lot of scrolling and headlines, just seeing what's happening.
Yeah. Cool.
So that's about it, really.
Awesome. Perfect. So this is kind of the main task you're using your phones and your apps for? Yep. Perfect. Yep. And you just mentioned, look at my screen, it's kind of horribly busy. How does it make you feel when you look at your screen and see the apps? Like, yeah.
Look, in this context, I feel a little bit guilty, but just in general, most of it's white noise, like they're there, but I hardly ever use probably 80% of them. And I do occasionally I do a bit of a declutter of them and going, which ones, aren't adding value to my life. So I'll probably and that's since, phone free, what that's raised up is, there is a lot of clutter there and noise that I just don't need.
Yeah. Oh, and Rob, you don't have to feel guilty at all because all of us really love if I look at my phone, I also have hundreds of apps on there, so you don't have to feel guilty.
No, it's good, but it's just I guess because I'm a lean consultant, it's all about decreasing the stuff that you don't need, right? And my partner's doing a lot of reading and watching around the minimalists. And so we're actually even going this month, which is kind of an extension to Phone Free Day. Is we don't need all of this clutter. Why do we have this here? If it's not adding value, let's just get rid of it. So either physical stuff or, digital stuff. It's just let's just slowly declutter this stuff.
Oh, that's interesting. So was the Phone Free Day the trigger for that, or did you beforehand already start thinking of?
Yeah, no, I think it's all come parallel duties.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. And how do you think your everything before Phone Free Day and the way you use your phone with the apps, how do you think that affects kind of your emotional and your well-being especially?
Well-being is such a big thing. Does it affect well-being? It certainly does affect relationships. And I guess whether or not this is related to, or this might answer another question.
No, that's perfect.
I do think it affects, when you're just having downtime and you're looking at a screen rather than looking at people and engaging and being present to people. So it definitely affects that. It definitely affects, those interpersonal, even when you sort of I'm not wearing one at the moment, but smartwatch and you feel it, a notification, you do know, and people notice those slight little glance down and things like that. So I don't see it as affecting my personal well-being directly, but it is definitely affects those in moment being present moments.
Can you think of when you think back, can you think of a particular situation where you kind of were in a social setting and thought, now I'm actually distracted, or now I'm not fully present, or someone else, is not fully present? Can you think of some scenarios?
Oh, lots of them.
Can you describe some?
Oh, look, even at home, I'll throw my partner under the bus, and we do it to each other and we get grumpy at each other, totally. Is, when we're just trying to have that conversation, what's happening, let's check in for the day, and, can I just check this first? And, then you go into the rabbit warren that's social media and and before you know it, you've kind of lost that conversation, you've lost that moment. So it just, I'll pause my language, it frustrates, can be quite frustrating.
Yeah.
And that does affect the mood that you're in, right? So, and then you just walk away frustrated because, someone's prioritized the screen rather than you.
Yeah.
But this is when it gets a little bit blurred, because you don't know what it is. It could have been an important message. I was just finalising a client appointment or something